Welcome to another edition of the Coach Chris Hatcher Show. I'm your host, Kevin Blackwell, and of course I'm joined by Samford head football coach Chris Hatcher as we discuss an exciting Samford win over the number 7 team in FCS, the Mercer Bears, 55-35 this past Saturday at Pete Hanna Stadium. Samford improves to 3-3 on the season, 2-1 in SoCon play. Coach, last week in the game against ETSU, we were not able to convert some of those turnovers. We certainly did that, particularly in the first 5 minutes of the game this week. I thought that was an important part of the game.
Well, there's no question. We missed a lot of opportunities the week before in Johnson City. This week, we took advantage on the first 3 possessions of the game of a poor punt, got great field position, able to score after converting on a 4th and 2 play that kind of sparked us. Then defensively, we forced 2 turnovers. Offensively, we go down and score. When you look up, it's 21-0, and then we 3-and-out Mercer again, get the ball on our side of the field and throw a long post to Ian Cousins for I think about a 60-yard touchdown. And before it even hits the 5-minute mark of the game, we're up 28-0, and we were really rolling. And a lot of that had to do with our defensive performance there in the first quarter.
Without a doubt. And, against a team like Mercer, a very talented team, top 10 team, important to get off to a fast start. You guys were able to do that. Was that something y'all emphasize?
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. It doesn't always work out that way. We equate it to the old Mike Tyson days where he used to try to knock the guy out in the first 30 seconds of a boxing match. And we did not knock them out, but we stunned them a little bit there early on. So it was good to come out with a fast start, especially after the way we were performed in Johnson City. I think that gave us a lot of confidence that we do have a good football team, and it just continued to grow, especially there and throughout the course of the first half.
Without a doubt. Well, our defense is very aggressive, particularly this week in the first half. Blitz was very effective in the game. They really kept the quarterback uneasy with some sacks, some turnover, that type of thing. How important is that aspect of the game, in your opinion, being aggressive on defense with that blitz?
Well, that's, kind of what we hired, our defensive coordinator, Adam Braithwaite, for. He's a very aggressive guy. It helps our secondary not have to cover as long. We can get home on some of the blitzes. And I thought that our guys are starting to really buy into how we're playing defense. And after watching the tape on Sunday morning, it really showed. We were playing reckless abandon. We were having fun. And when you play good defense, a lot of good things are able to come your way.
Without a doubt. Well, Noah Martin was named SoCon Defensive Player of the Week. 10 total tackles, a fumble recovery, a pick 6 in the fourth quarter. Coach, those turnovers by Noah were so big in the outcome of the game, and not to be lost was Gavin Morris's return as well. Defensively, those were huge plays in the fourth quarter when, frankly, Mercer had really fought back momentum in the third quarter. They were monumental in the fourth.
Well, Mercer's a really good football team, and we jumped on them early. Before they really knew what happened, and you kind of thought that at some point they may get a little momentum, and they did. We sputtered offensively in the second half for the second straight week. We got to improve in that area, and then defensively, if there was a downside, we were very poor on third down in the second quarter. I think they were 6 of 8 on third down conversions in the third and fourth quarter, second half of the ball game. Excuse me. But the 3 turnovers we forced, 2 of them resulting in defensive touchdowns. Of course, that padded the lead and made us feel a lot better there late in the ball game.
Without a doubt. One of the things I thought was really important was 2 moments of the beginning of the end of the first half. 2 long drives to end that first half, both ending in touchdowns. 15-play, 73-yard drive, 6-play, 89-yard drive. We talk about explosive plays. We had our share, but I would argue those 2 drives were really important in the game.
Well, I would agree with you. We sat there, we went boom, 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 big played early in the first quarter. Then the second quarter had the big long drive. And then defensively, we gave up a touchdown. And then we had very bad field position on a couple exchange punts right around the 2-minute timeout there in the second quarter. And actually, you know, we were so backed up, it was almost like, well, let's try to milk as much clock as we can and not give them a chance to have any momentum going at halftime. And then we busted the long draw play with Quincy. We got in tempo. We had a good screen for a long run. And then going up 42-7 at half, I agree with you. Those were two drives that probably ended up winning the ball game when it was all said and done.
Well, the talk last week was on the Mercer defense, and Samford's offense racks up against that top defense, 446 total yards. Quincy Crittenden completed 23 of 37 for a career-high 378 yards with 4 touchdowns, and those 4 touchdown passes all came in the first quarter, which sets a SoCon record. Talk about Quincy's day. I know he lost some momentum in the second half, but overall, still a good day for Quincy.
Well, he played really well. He was in rhythm, and you know, I did a poor job there in the third quarter. I kind of got him out of rhythm a little bit by being a little more conservative in the calls with the lead. I can't do that. When you're in rhythm, you got to stay in rhythm, no matter what the score is. But he's starting to come into his own. He's starting to figure things out, and he's playing at a high level. And the biggest thing offensively I was pleased with is he's spreading, distributing the ball well. A lot of guys got touches, and a lot of guys had big plays, and that's real important to the psyche of an offense to get those touches and get as many people involved as you possibly can.
Absolutely. Well, next up for Samford is a trip to Charleston, South Carolina, take on the Citadel. Citadel Bulldogs are coming off a 13-10 victory over VMI. Samford currently owns a 5-game win streak against the Citadel. But, Coach, you know, anytime you play the Citadel, they're going to be physical. They run a type of offense that we don't see a lot of. It takes some extra preparation. I did some from defense this week. Talk about what you're seeing on film with the Citadel.
Well, they're playing really well, and beating VMI, that's a huge rivalry game for those two schools. And so they're playing with some confidence now. They're very well coached. They have a great atmosphere there, especially for their team, and it's a very difficult place to go into play. So again, I think it stays the same each and every week. It's all about us being the best that we can be. We still have a lot of things we need to clean up and improve on. We need to be a more consistent team from start to finish, and that's something we're really harping on this week. Fundamentally, we got to do a better job if we want a chance to be successful in Charleston, South Carolina this weekend.
Absolutely. Well, I often hear about the potential letdowns after big wins. Coach, is that something that you emphasize or you're emphasized this week, or is that just an overused narrative?
Well, I think there is some truth to that, but I think with our team, that, you know, we're not in a position to have a letdown. You know, we've had some rough defeats early in the year, and you know, each week is a new season all to itself. So I expect us to play really well. I expect us to be physical. I expect us to be hungry, and capitalize on the momentum we built off of the Mercer victory.
Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. Central at Johnson Haygood Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. If you're not traveling to the game, you can tune in on ESPN Plus to watch the game. Just a reminder, fans, homecoming game is coming November 2nd, 2 p.m. Kickoff against the Wofford Terriers. Tickets can be purchased at SamfordTickets.com. We hope to see you out for homecoming. Coach, good luck against the Citadel Bulldogs.
Well, I appreciate it. We're going to need it. Thanks so much, Kevin.
That'll do it for this edition of the Chris Hatcher Show.